Welcome to Detroit Prepping after the blackout. It's Tequila Tuesday. I made it through the blackout. Hello, Lori. Thankfully it was a short blackout. We lost power Sunday morning and they turned it back on Tuesday about 3 p.m. So not too terrible. I hope everybody enjoyed my video. I thought I'd goof on grid down. It was pretty bad though driving in Saturday from Chicago. Hey, what's up? Hiki? Did you lose your power? It sure felt like a long time though, I'll tell you that. You've escaped Detroit? Yeah, it was pretty hot Saturday for sure here. I was out of town, and when I came back, there were trees strewn around and buildings smashed and telephone poles snapped in half and Well, Lori, I'll tell you what, I haven't heard one single news report from local TV because that's all I've been able to watch. I haven't heard one personal story from anybody. I haven't witnessed anything. It happens, 3, 4, 5 times a year. We don't descend into anarchy. I've said in some of my earlier videos, it'll be a month before anybody even realizes what the fuck's going on. They're not gonna, day 5 be like, it's the end of the world. Whether it is or isn't. What's up, Lone Star? You're smart, Hiki. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't recognize the Rouge part. I'll tell you what, it felt like a horrible, horrible shit hit the fan not having internet for all of 28 hours. Yeah, I bet that was rough. I did a video about the blackout we had just after 2010, maybe 2013, I think, and that was at one of the coldest times. I think it was in March at the beginning, and brutally cold. It was, negative numbers for days and days and nights. What's up, Prep? Nick 4. What you up to today, man? I seen your little video there you put up. It's Tequila Tuesday. Oh, if I ever move to Wyoming, I'm never coming back to visit. Prep Nick, I wouldn't believe you were doing such a thing. So, what do any of you guys, gals, think about what happened in New York City with the police officers being doused with buckets of water, hoses, sprayed on them, and in one instance, a bucket thrown at them without any water in it? Did anybody see anything? Have an opinion about? Man, I don't know if they deserved it, but if we're back to tar and feathering people, I don't know what these particular men did. Um, but man, when they start turning on the police, is that the next step? I mean, are the people turning on the police or are the police turning on the people? And just not caring anymore. Just, if you want to fucking destroy your shit, go ahead, destroy your shit. I live fucking 60 miles that way. Who cares? Well, I mean, it's in every man's, woman's interest to be prepared. I mean, there's some people a couple blocks over that still don't have power. And they were the people that lost power first. Um, I mean, at this exact moment, I'm a single man, so when I go to the grocery store, I buy $100 worth of stuff, and 30 of that is non-consumables. So a family of, 4 or 5 losing everything they go by at the grocery store to eat. It's got to be a tough move, that's for sure. And it's just so regular that this power goes out like this. It's funny you say that, Hiki, because I've never seen such restraint ever in my life. And if you can go for your registration or proof of insurance and get shot 20 times, I can't believe there wasn't a tactical response from the tactical response team. I mean, the power's going down just because of poor maintenance. Lori. There's, I would guess, thousands of miles of power lines all above ground in the city of Detroit. And, as properties become abandoned and overgrown, they grow up, rip the wires down, poles down, grow around the poles. Nobody on that block gets electric service, so who goes out there and checks it? Who goes out there and sees it? And every time it rains, every time it snows, every time the wind blows, they lose, 20 lines, 30 lines or whatever, but they're the lines that, are for a whole street, a couple miles in every direction. What's that, Preppernick? We're gonna have the GoFundMe Detroit grid down. My groceries are good, man. I went and replenished them today. I was so happy. So, Hiki, out there, do they inform you that they're shutting it down, or is it like interruptible service that you've already agreed to? What's up, American Patriot? I'm glad you made it. I've been out of contact for 2 days. The wind blew and knocked all the power lines down. Took out the cable. Yeah, $25 every time's a nest egg that starts to grow. No tornadoes in Michigan, just the most vigorous greenhouse you've ever seen in the world. I mean, it grows in the sidewalks, it grows 50 feet tall, and it doesn't matter whether it's a tree or a weed or a. There's always moisture, there's no shortage of nutrients in the soil. Um, During the spring, vegetation grows on the freeway, so. And I'm not saying on the freeway shoulder, I'm saying in the freeway in the lane. So how fertile is this place? I mean, it's a nightmare. It consumes everything. Yeah, I know for sure they have that interruptible service in all of Detroit pretty much and the suburbs surrounding. Prepper Nick, you know what I feed my crickets? I go to the pet store and I buy these little orange cubes of fruit stuff and I'll put two in there, separated by, a foot, and that's it. I keep the little dish in there with the paper towel, pour the water on it. Not much fuss and muss with those crickets. So, Lone Star, how did that second game go Saturday? And Iki, did you say how long ago you moved away from Detroit? What's up, Watson? What you got up tonight? All right, Hiki, you have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. It's Tequila Tuesday, Watson. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you live in Wayne County still. Watson, I'm not sure if I like Vuak, but it sounds interesting. So, Lone Star, did you go over and check out my Patreon video? I used to work by the airport over in Taylor. Now I live by the city airport. Hey, Lori, welcome back. I don't know, Prep Nick. I was stuck in this house on sentry mode for 2 days, and the power came back on, and the cable started working again, and yep, that's what happened. Taylor, Tucky. Yes, it was. But I'll tell you what, they were always the nicest people. Taylor, Riverview, some place called, I think, Rouge Park, something like that. Oh, just the nicest places to eat. Nice little houses that you could live in if you were only one man. Because they were, 455 square feet. Prep Nick 4, man, what's up with getting one of them submarines or something to tool around the lake on? I don't have a paintball gun, but I like BB guns, and I play with BB guns, and paintball seems a little more dangerous than a BB gun, but somebody broke out some paintball guns, I'd play. And I don't know if it's legal in Canada, but you can get fully automatic BB guns online in Michigan, at least. Come on, Prep Nick Ford. We want a submarine or one of those little jet skis that go under the water. I don't know, Lone Star. It's got to be awfully little, and I don't like to eat super. I like sparrows and stuff. I just would rather use like a sparrow trap or squirrels. I'd rather use like a nice Victor wrap trap. Um, Man, I'm not saying 8 cents is too much to spend for a meal, but the time invested in looking for those little furry fuckers of delicious meats and pellets. I don't know. Traps. I think traps, man. Get you some traps. Go on eBay. Don't buy them on Amazon. There's a couple places on eBay I buy them from, and for most stuff, even up to rabbits, where you're at, hares or whatever you guys call them down there, the sick rabbit traps. Yeah, those rat traps are probably all you need in like a box set or something like that. Yes, Lord, get you an AR-15 fully automatic BB gun. I don't know if they have pellet guns that are fully automatic. Well, I don't know, Lone Star. As far as guaranteed food goes, you know, sitting with a pellet gun isn't guaranteed food. I'd rather buy 100 traps and set them than sit for 100 minutes praying that a squirrel comes by or a rabbit or a possum or just just my opinion. Some people are natural born small game hunters and bait them in, make a little lane for you to shoot them down lefts to rights. But I've done a lot of hunting in this great state of Michigan, and I wouldn't waste my time trying to shoot a raccoon or anything smaller than a raccoon. There's probably good stuff flipping under rocks. Um, in Michigan, though, it's just all them little centipedes and crickets and worms and stuff. We don't have any delicious lizards. What's that, American Patriot? Is that called crow baiting? What's up, cat? I'm glad you made it. I've never had rabbit stew, but chipmunk shish kebab sounds good. Yeah, American Patriot. I'll eat pretty much any. I mean, I've never been starving, but I don't see a problem with eating bugs, grubs, worms, fish, raw. Um, I don't have a problem with eating any of that good stuff. Who challenged you, Cat, man? You gonna do a live of it, or are you gonna set a release date for the video? I did a live action build off today, Cat, at my house. Definitely wasn't as creative as the stuff you do. And I hope you didn't restore the oil tanker. Oh, I've never tried fried garlic crickets, but I mean, yeah, I would probably try not to eat Rocky Mountain oysters. Maybe I'd use those for bait or something to get something a little bit better. I don't know if I'd eat a rat burger, Lori. I might try to maybe use the rat meat to get something better. Alright, Cat, I'm going to be checking it out. You got to do some pyrotechnics on your turntable, man. I think that's the next step. I hope that's the next step. I mean, is rat intestine stuff with squirrel nuts a delicacy? And in what country is it a delicacy? So Lone Star with that text, yeah, like shit hit the fan. The power went out an hour and a half later. The internet went out an hour after that. Cell service didn't go out. I could make and receive phone calls, but any text message that was sent to me was just in a white box with an explanation point next to it, letting me know that it couldn't be downloaded. So no, I didn't get the picture. And for some reason it still hasn't come through. But maybe within the next couple days after everything shakes out here in Detroit, I'll get like a barrage of all the data sent to me I didn't receive. Yeah. Yeah, the six-wheeler. I think we should have an auction or something, and then maybe I could get that for my first piece of a collection. I'm really intrigued by the whole car thing. I wasn't fortunate enough to own any of them as a child. My parents were against them. Something about they would step on them and hurt their foot. Yeah, I'm not. I probably don't want no shark either unless I'm stuck up in the Arctic and I need vitamin C. And I think you gotta have like rotten fermented shark to get vitamin C, so I'll probably die if I get stuck in Alaska. Now, I don't want anybody to misunderstand the fact that I will just about eat anything. That's not a problem. I don't know about being landlocked. I'm not landlocked, and I would have to say 35% of my bug out plan has to do with the water, if need be, and it's for me, it's a great, great avenue of escape. I mean, as far as shit hitting the fan goes, any worse than it does day to day. I haven't stepped on one of those, Lori, unfortunately, because my parents never let me own any of them. And I think what really traumatized me was when my best friend next door had the wheel. And when you opened the wheel, it had all the cars in it, and I could only play with the one car that was all messed up. Pacific's a good escape route. Well, you know, dads fail sometimes, Cat. I have participated in the butter with hot chocolate, and I don't know if it helps me stay warm, but it tastes absolutely delicious. Yeah, I don't think there'll be too many picky eaters at the restaurant and shit hit the fan. Well, Kat, I wanna hook up with you, man, if that's even possible, and I wanna buy my son some Hot Wheels to fucking leave around the house for me to step on and fuss about. You know, I think it's only right that I fulfill the destiny my parents didn't allow me to. That would have been sweet to have on YouTube, Lone Star. I I tried several types of oysters in Seattle, Washington, when I was probably 12 years old, and I didn't like any of them. I didn't like the raw tuna thing. I didn't really like any of it except like I like the meatloaf and gravy. That was pretty good. Uh, they had some fried. I think it was whiting. That was pretty good. But seafood, I really don't want none of it. The shrimp are disgusting, and the lobsters ain't no better. Crab legs, all that stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, Kat. I'd be definitely interested in, like I said, if you're willing to contact me through my email, DetroitPrepping at Gmail. Um, yeah, get them, you know, maybe 2 dozen. or something. Maybe a good wheel and a bad wheel. A wheel to play with and hurt people, and a wheel that he can put up on the shelf. And as a matter of fact, Cat, you got to make like a special cat version with some type of sword just sticking straight up for me to step on. Maybe not a sword, maybe a dagger. How about a dagger? We'll start with a dagger. I'll see how I can take that. Laura, you're going to be addicted to his channel. Oh man, they got Detroit license plates everywhere, Lone Star. Now, is that a real vanity plate or is that a decorative plate? Is that a plate from the DMV? Oh, Lone Star, you're in trouble, man. You're gonna want to start playing with cars too, man. That's sweet as hell, Lone Star. I didn't even know you guys could get. Is that an emoji? A heart? What? How the hell? I'm moving to Texas. That's it. They gotta have something besides a heart you can get on your license plate. Hey, Lone Star, man, go over there and check out Cat's channel too, man. And with that big ass garage you got, I'm sure he could do a prototype and you could do a full size build. I hope everybody wasn't too worried with my video earlier today. Yeah, but is that heart put on there by the DMV? Or did they put like a sticker on it or something? That's how the plate came from the DMV with a heart stamped on it like that? For one of the letters? I need you to contact that person. So when I move to Texas, I can get that plate. All right, bud. I'm going to talk to the fiance. See if we can't get us a place down there. Lori, do you guys have bow and arrows and crossbows, or are there laws that prohibit those? Special licenses you need to get those? So, I don't know if you're still here, American Patriot, but how close to the Pacific are you? Do you ever go in the Pacific? What kind of access to the Pacific is there, generally speaking, in that state? I mean, I know there's big super harbor towns, but what's the coastline like in maybe undeveloped areas? Lord, you should get you a super crossbow. I want to get one. Um, I've got like a 10-year-old crossbow that's really super, and when I was there, they were giving out coupons from some place, bow manufacturer, I think it was Barnett, and $200 off any crossbow you buy. And like these crossbows are like, you could like probably put it in a holster on your hip, and they're 555 feet per second. Something. I'm definitely in the market for a new crossbow technology. Cat, you better learn how to swim, man. I think all cats do know how to swim. Yeah, crossbow pistol. That sounds pretty good. I don't own one. I got a slingshot. Does that count? Lone Star, I don't think you'll be upset with crossbow. If I can give you one piece of advice I learned right off the bat, when you buy a crossbow, don't put your finest broadhead on it and shoot it into a tree because everything will be fucked up, including the shaft, even if it's carbon fiber. Laura, your eldest daughter goes hunting in Canada. Well, I'm glad you studied. Somebody gave me a crossbow, and I had access to eBay at the time, so things got out of hand. The one thing I didn't look for on eBay when I bought the crossbow was a book on crossbow shooting. So, Lori, is that like a super hard tag to get, moose? Like, we do a really weird thing here in Michigan where I think there's like no moose tags, but you can get like, there's two people or three people that get an elk tag, and with your elk tag that you pay, 9 grand for, you get all the other tags that go with it. But there's like a lottery system here. Is that how you do it, or is it like a drawing where you just enter your name? You don't have to pay for a lottery ticket. I don't know who Daryl Dixon is, Lone Star, but what's up, Boo Man? What's up, Rock Farm? I made it out of the apocalypse. I appreciate that extra clip, man. It's the one that saved the day. So, Lori, about those elk tags, are you saying that every 5 years they have a drawing for elk tags, or Am I misunderstanding that? I will send U-Man the picture later on tonight. Yeah, we don't have any antelope here, but I think the last 4 years they're doing bear tags over the counter, buck tags. You can get two, and doe tags are, kind of by count. Well, they are by county, and they're kind of snapped up by residents in the counties that have them available. So it's almost impossible to get a doe tag. Oh, a 5 year waiting period? That's terrible, Lori. How big are your whitetails in Kentucky there? Lone Star, do you do any hunting? Oh, tequila's terrible. Backcountry preps, if you ever see this video, you're wrong. Tequila is the worst thing ever. I got the worst day of the week to do my live stream. That's ginormous. That's got to be the mule deer. That's not a whitetail, is it? Rock Farm. Now, do you have free range buffalo in Canada there, Lori, where you're at? Unlimited does. Huh. It sounds like you guys got it backwards, and don't you want to take the bucks and leave the does? Man, if that's a whitetail at that, that's a freaking world record around these parts. Lone Star, do you want to buy land in Texas, or am I am I breaking OPSEC with my questioning? All right, ooh man, you enjoy that dinner. Catch up with you soon. Thanks for stopping by, man. Now you're just bragging about the bucks, Rock Farm. That's cool, Lone Star. I bet you it'll make you a little more comfortable the closer they are. Lori, do they have, like they do here in Michigan, trained snipers taking out deer herds? We have dozens of deer car accidents a day. So, Rock Farm, if those if those are the numbers on the whitetails, how big are your mule deers there? And are they as abundant as the whitetails, or is the whitetail the predominant species? I surely love archery. I'm no good at it, and I'd probably starve, so I store beans and rice. Plenty of mouse traps. Yeah, Lori, it's terrible about the car accidents. They're so bad in some areas around here that they'll actually enter people's homes. I don't know what they're looking for exactly, but they do. And another big problem we have in Michigan, all the way down to, I would say the suburbs that are less than 20 miles from the city of Detroit, is coyotes. And these things are bigger than German shepherds. They are eating good. That sucks, Lone Star. You got to move one county over. Oh, that sucks. Rock Farm. Well, I mean, it does give you a new car every couple years. All right, Larry, we got to get you a crossbow, an automatic crossbow. Yeah, not so many bobcats here. If you go into the UP and head west a little, you can find them, but the ones in the lower peninsula here are far and few in between, very, very reclusive, and they allow you to hunt halfway down the mitten, but, unless you live there all year long and you bring them in, they're like unicorns. They're gonna be your reason to quit smoking, Laurie. That's super sweet, Rock Farm. I bet it tasted that much more delicious. bet she will. I bet you were even more excited than she was. At least I'm gonna imagine you were. What? Yeah. Up there where you are, Laura, you've got lynx as well, or just bobcats? I know it did taste great. I recently took my girlfriend camping in the Upper Peninsula for her birthday. Which for months and months I planned her. I told her I was planning a tremendous vacation and we would eat at the finest restaurants and she would actually have an experience that she had never had before and I hope she'd have a great time. And man, when we got there and I told her what the real deal was, I thought she was going to kill me. But at the end of it all, I proposed to her. She said yes. And on that day, I started telling the happiest story of my life. So, Lone Star, about the wild hogs. Well, there's a county called Clare, and that's where all the wild hogs are, or at least 87% of them. And no permit is required. There is no season. You can shoot from a car. You can trap. You can hunt with dogs. You can hunt with birds. Yeah, no license, no permit. Yeah. We do have some, and they'll never get rid of them because of how Michigan is, and I'll put some up on my Patreon page for you, Lone Star. But my trail cams, man, have snapped photos of 15 hogs, 3, 4 adults, and the rest, those little delicious kebab pigs. I bet the lynx do stay away, Lori. I heard they're the most prized of all small cats. Vicious German wild hogs. Man, that sucks, Rock Farm. The pigs, you know, I guess the good thing about Michigan is the winters cull them a lot more than in Texas, I guess. Thank you, Lori. All right, Rock Farm, thanks for stopping by. So, Lori, have you lived in Canada your whole life? Did you grow up there? Was it a move to Canada? Yeah, Lone Star. What's a javelina? 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 What is that? All right, Larry, enjoy your supper. What is that? Like a mutant pig, Lone Star? All right, Lori. At least you were a brat. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to my live chat. I wanted to make sure I let everybody know I was okay. The blackout did not take me from this beautiful republic. Lone Star, are they good for baiting? Is it good varmint meat? Um, Thanks for coming by. Once again, I made it out of the blackout. Everything's back to normal. Um, I'm gonna take a look at this list here, and I'm gonna ask my wife if I can pop up on somebody for Sippin' Saturday. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll come back to my channel. And if nothing else, I hope you have a good night.